This is the tutorial for Concept 14 Skill 8, and we're going to be looking at diagonals and angles of quadrilaterals. So let's take a look at a quadrilateral, and notice it has four sides, and that's what the prefix quad ends up telling us. Just as triangles, tri means three. So a corner point on a quadrilateral is called a vertex. That's what we see here. There's a vertex at A, B, C, and D. And a segment that joins two opposite vertices is just plural for vertex, is called the diagonal. That's what we see here, A to C, B to D. And the diagonals of those are, again, just the B to D and A to C. So the sum of the four angles of a quadrilateral is always 360 degrees, and we're going to see why that is. And if we look at just this diagonal from P to R, we've got a triangle. So we've got triangle QPR. Well, we got this angle 1, 3, and this other angle Q. Well, they all add up to make 180 degrees. So the angles here are 180 degrees. So the sum of all angles. And so over here we also have a sum of 180 degrees. And so if we take those two and add them together, we end up getting 360 degrees. And so that's why when we look at any type of quadrilateral, that sum is 360 degrees. So using that as a given, we're going to try to find these missing angles. So notice what we've got. We're trying to find angle Y, but we've got these other three angles. So just as we did with the triangle, where we added up the two sides and subtracted that sum from 180, we're going to do the same thing, except now we've got a quadrilateral. So we're going to end up having to take the three sides that were given, the 90 plus the 90 plus the 130. So we're going to have to take all of those angles and add them up and subtract that from 360, since that's the total sum of all the angles. So when we go ahead and add up all these angles here, we'll see that this makes 310 degrees. And so we subtract that from 360, and that leaves us with 50 degrees. So we would say the measure of angle Y is 50 degrees. So let's just take a look at a couple other examples here. So here we have another one in which we have three angles that are given to us, and we're trying to find the measure of angle C. So we're just going to take the angles that we have. 105 plus 95 plus 100. We're going to add up all of those angles and subtract that sum from 360 degrees. So let's go ahead and add up these numbers first. And so when we sum the 100 and the 105, we end up, actually I'll do this first here. When I add 105 and 95, I end up with 200 plus the 100 gives me 300 degrees. I'm going to take that away from 360, it leaves me with 60 degrees. So I would say the measure of angle C is 60 degrees. Let's take a look at the next one there. So now I've got 88 degrees plus the 46 degrees, and then I'm also going to add on the 110 degrees. So I'm taking all of those numbers and I'm going to add them up, and when I sum them, they're going to equal a value that I'm going to take away from 360 degrees. And so when I add up these numbers, I ended up with 244 degrees. Now I'm going to take that answer and I'm going to take it away from 360 degrees, and that's going to leave me with 116 degrees. And that's going to represent the measure of angle V. So the measure of angle V is 116 degrees. So those are the types of problems that you're going to see on Skill 8, Concept 14. Good luck.